Can you imagine if we were 7 years old and our parents brought us to a place like the Sports Bra? What that would have meant to us, what it would have meant to be in a space where we felt seen, represented, where we felt like we belonged. 95% of all sports that are televised is men's sports. A group of friends of mine and I wanted to go to a bar to watch the women's championship finals. None of the TVs had the game on. I started Googling women's sports bars and I came up empty-handed. I was like, you know what? If a concept like this was gonna work, I think it would work here in Portland. The very first person I reached out to was a chef that had put me under his wing. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I have an idea. I wanna run it by you. And the very first thing he said was, what's your timeline? I kind of got that pit in my stomach because I was kind of hoping he'd be like, cute idea, Jenny, it'll never work. And then I could continue with my life. So I Google, and of course they have like the 10 steps to starting your own small business. And that's where I started. And so it was just about reaching out and getting help. Like, hey, do you know somebody who knows something about banking and finance? Everything from tapping a keg to what a fire marshal code is. I didn't know anything. The idea of the Sports Bra was so welcome in our community that people came out of the woodworks like nobody's business. So it was hundreds and hundreds of pairs of hands that helped create this space. The Sports Bra would not exist without the people that we have behind the scenes. They all understand how meaningful this is. Where sports and women align, there's a very strong bond there that is not witnessed in a lot of other places, especially bars and restaurants. But we've tapped into something super strong and people have very strong feelings about it. Former athletes would come in here and they would say that they have never felt so validated by a space. They lived all over the country, different places, and they decided to gather here. When I see that day after day after day, I started to feel like if I kept it to just this one location, it feels kind of selfish because I was too lazy to work on what else this could mean to other people. The more I read into franchising, the more I was like, oh my God, not only is it a way to connect directly to the community in an authentic way, but it's actually much more mission aligned with who we are. If we can reach more people, if we can create more fandom around women's sports, if we can strive towards equity in women's sports, both on TV and in their wallet, all of those things are success.